We are Kalandra.
I'm from the left.
Oh, you want names? Oh, yeah.
I am Jorgeir and I play guitars.
My name's Katrine and I'm a singer and songwriter.
I'm Florian, and I'm also a guitarist.
My name is Oscar. I play the drums.
Yes. So we spoke a couple years ago, and what happened to your group for the last 2 years after you released The Line?
After the line, it got a lot of good recognition. I didn't think it would pick up that fast, but yeah. We've been on tour as well with Vardruna in the summer 22. And right now we're in Helsinki and we are currently touring with Leprous and with special guest Monuments as well. Having an album out definitely opened the door to new possibilities, opportunities.
Let's not forget we recorded an entire other album in between this
We did
to
that.
did a soundtrack for a Swedish video game, Kingdom to Crown. So
Yes.
we've been quite busy.
Yes.
How you end up recording that Norse Lands soundtrack?
Like for us, it was just an email coming from the producer of the game that asked us if we were interested in a project, and we had a meeting like a few days later, and then we actually decided then and there. I think the reason he was interested was they needed something like Norse Viking-esque. And we have been part of that sort of scene for a while, and we did like the cover of Helveggen, Vardruna. He saw that and he asked us and challenged us to do our own take on the video game.
Yeah. After the first debut album, you immediately start to think about, the second album. But then to be asked to make a music for a game was actually a really nice sort of challenge, but also a relief for the change of mindset, I would say. Because then you focus on what does a gamer want to hear at this moment instead of thinking about yourself all the time. So it was a nice change.
Well, more or less eliminating our old songwriting process and thinking as composers always was new. A whole new thing. And also, it gave us a lot of new tools that we're sure to be used on the next album. So it was like, refreshing to try something new so that when the next album comes, we don't just repeat ourselves.
That Norse Lands soundtrack, is it like a Kalandra album or is it like a side project for you? Or how much of the Kalandra own sound is in that soundtrack?
That is a good question. I would say it's both. It was sort of like a side hustle in a way, side project, but it's also us. We like to be challenged in a different way musically, so it's good for us to be able to do different things, basically. I also think that our music fits very well for the screen in terms of writing music for film, series, gaming. And I would like to dive a bit more into that as we grow as a band. Anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, so it is very different. But if you go into, if you strip away the vocals and really any of the tracks on the line, you will hear we use a lot of the same tricks, like things we know. We use that on Norse Lands. It's just another thing in the forefront, and obviously the instruments being very different.
Very different for me as a drummer. Normally a normal drum kit on stage, but in this project I did more smaller drums, a lot of synthesizers, and my role was completely different, which was very fresh and.
So what was your new role?
Basically synthesizers and small percussions, effects, ambience stuff.
You did more producing as well.
Yeah.
You made more with like the line. You came in sort of in the making of the line, and the three of us were making it, and then you added percussion. But I would say with Norse Lands, you took more of a composer role than what you've done before.
Yeah. Very different approach for me personally.
But it's not like we're not playing too many of the tracks live on this tour, at least. So it was a step in one direction that we've learned from and we explored, and we did certain things with the release of the album to make it more sort of fit into the sound of the band. So it was not solely for the game. It's an interesting chapter of the history of the band.
I know you are writing new music. Are you able to tell something about the album and when we can expect it?
No.
You don't know when.
We are working on it, and I can say that I'm excited about it.
I mean, truly, we have no idea because we've written
No,
a lot of songs.
I feel like
but
I can hear it.
There yet. It's up here.
I feel like I can hear it in my head how it's going to be.
We're still
But-
curious about what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like we're exploring the ideas we have now, and I'm just excited to see where we end in the end. We can for sure say that it's going to be released 5 months after we finish it. Because of the turnover times for the label. We want it to be as good as it can be, and we will spend as much time as we think is
Necessary to make it epic.
Yeah, it needs to be epic.
Yeah, it's epic.
I have a question for Katrin. It's about Vardruna. So your career actually kickstarted with Halvegen as a cover that ended up with Einar Selvik, and he listened half of it, and then he signed you to the label. So how does it feel to perform the original?
Helvegen is really special to me, just like it's very special to a lot of people, I think. We obviously made our own version of it, and then when I was asked to do backing vocals with Vardruna, I had to relearn how to do the original, because I do some minor differences in terms of phrasings and endings of sentences. I would say it's probably more powerful to perform the original, because you're there with the source itself, That's powerful every time, and it makes my heart shake and tremble. So, I mean, I cry almost every time, because we end with, or like Vardruna used to, at least when I was performing with them, we always ended with Helvegen. It's such a relief, though. It's amazing when you're done and you just like cry and let it out. It's a wonderful feeling.
I have another question about Norse Lands. I know that you released like extended version of the OST. So what was the idea behind extended version? Why did you do that?
The idea was quite simply that for the game, I didn't feel like it was quite finished. And so I wanted us to work on it a bit more and extend some versions. Like Helheim is probably the one that's changed the most.
Others have agreed to, well, they're not only extended in terms of length, but we changed the arrangements and did a lot of things to make it more, less stripped back. Because as a listening experience, we want people to be engaged all the time. And as a gaming experience, you have to kind of do the opposites, because you're only there to supplement the gameplay and not take focus away from it.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a pretty sort of good description from the game makers that they wanted 2 minutes sort of clips to fit it into the playing experience, and we felt like a lot of the ideas were really strong, and we just wanted to play around it with a little bit longer, and so it was worth sort of spending that extra time to make something, since we wanted to release it.
Yeah, some of the ideas were a bit compromised with the game, so I just wanted to, extend it a bit.
And it was fun to do more choir arrangements and stuff, because that sounded too big for the game.
Yeah.
Katrin, I also spotted your collaboration with Giuseppe Ottaviani. So, and I know that you did some collaborations with electronic musicians. So, how you end up doing that?
I actually started with that first, to be honest. Top lining and EDM was something I did while hustling with my band Kalandra, like years ago. Yeah, I did a lot of songwriting for other producers. That it's not like my solo thing at all. I do it for them when they need vocals. And it's a way of like making a side income for music. It's a great way for me to also be creative. So I have Kalandra here, but if I just do that, I'm going to feel bored after a while. So I really enjoy writing for other people as well. And I like dance music, I like electronic music, some of it anyway. And I think it's healthy for my brain to try and like merge worlds and not just like become narrow-minded. I'm really scared that if I become too narrow-minded, I'm gonna lack creativity to create at some point. So I think I feel like it's healthy for me. I become a happier person when I reach different corners of my brain.
I think that is a good thing for all of us, to just have some sort of, you go out and you get some inspiration or release some ideas and try it out, and then you come when you come back, you have more input to.
I guess we all do that. We all have different projects and musical jobs. That helps. Us a lot.
So I saw that Amalie Brun and Maria from Heilung, she came to see your show in Copenhagen. So are you
That
friends?
was such a surprise. Well, I met Maria from Heilung at Midgardsblot, which was really fun. We sat around a campfire talking together very, very late. And then I thought they'll forget all about this. And then I've been speaking to Amalie Mirkur on Instagram just a little bit. And then all of a sudden she messaged me and was like, hey, I'm thinking of coming to your show. And I was like, don't get a ticket. I will get you guest list. And she was like, oh, sweet, nice. And then she said, I'll bring Maria. And I was like, Heilung Maria? And she was like, yes. And I sent a meme of a very excited child eating sugar. Cotton candy, and then I thought oh, she's probably going to think I'm crazy now. But I mean, it means so much to me that women that I look up to come to see us. The female and the feminine energy, I've been craving it. So I am so grateful for that.
Just to add to that, it's strange to see the more you do this music thing, it's just how smaller the community become. Because everyone is aware of everyone else, and it's really a privilege to see that people that we look up to are aware of our work as well. I think we all become better musicians if we work together and meet out and hang out.
True.
It's really nice.
When we support each other. And it made me think, I think I wrote that on Instagram as well, it made me think about when we become bigger, when we've grown as a band, how can we support other support bands, basically? How can we support the ones coming after us? Because obviously there will be bands that's going to sound like us at some point. Yeah.
If you would like to say something to the end of the interview, just to the potential listeners.
Well, I want to thank everyone who came out early and saw us on the tour. We've gotten such a warm reception from both you guys, people who know us, and all of Leprous and Monuments fans. So very, very thankful for that.
Yes.
And thank you to everyone that listens to our music and sends us messages. And it's really an honor to hear that our music makes a difference and resonates with people. So it's humbling.
It's a privilege.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now let's go see your show.
Yeah.